In a major development in the Palestinian administration, the two warring factions who have been at the loggerheads for well over a decade, Hamas and Fatah, have now declared that they have reached a deal of political reconciliation. In a statement, Ismail Haniyeh, of the chief of Hamas, announced without disclosing the nitty-gritty of the agreement. Ismail Haniyeh said that, I quote, Fatah and Hamas have reached an agreement at dawn today upon the basis of generous Egyptian sponsorship. The negotiations for the reconciliation began behind closed doors on Tuesday in Cairo. The breakthrough for the talks were initiated by the visit of the Palestinian Authority Prime Minister Rami Hamdallah, who visited the Hamas-led Gaza Strip for the first time since 2015 and formally took control of the government and its various departments there, although it has been announced that the deal has been clinched. There are key sticking points. Hamas has approached the talks with the condition that it will not give up its stockpile of weapons. Mahmoud Abbas, for his part, has maintained that along with civilian administration, Hamas should also disband its weapon wing as well. I'm joined by my correspondent Daniele Pagnini from Newsroom. Daniele, do you think that this truce or understanding is lasting?
Lasting, I would say yes, because if they reach an agreement, it will definitely be quite a bit of a solid agreement. We're waiting the details of this agreement, especially when it comes to the military wing of Hamas. The military wing of Hamas is not a minor and minute group. We're talking about nearly 20,000 men, well equipped and ready to fight. So giving it up for Hamas will be a very huge step. While we wait the details, what we can say is that Israel is looking very carefully. They repeatedly say that they don't want any bogus agreement, that any agreement that will be made and any new authority, let's call it any new Palestinian authority, which will be created after this meeting, will need to recognize Israel as a Jewish state in West Asia in order to talk with Israel. The US will also be watching very closely. Remember that Hamas is considered a terrorist organization. Therefore, the shape that Hamas will take in this new form of agreement will be fundamental. Also, Hamas has been for a long time supported by Iran with money, weapons and training. Therefore, it's very much of an interest of the United States of America understanding what will be the fate of Hamas.
But does it change an equation when it comes to the leadership of Israel? Because after all, the leadership of Israel and its perception of Hamas is very, very clear.
Definitely, look, the fact is that Israel considers Hamas a problem, but Israel has always dealt with Hamas and will continue dealing with Hamas, and no matter what happens. This has been clearly said by the Israeli intelligence community. When it comes to the agreement between Fatah and Hamas, Israel has a sort of double way to approach it. On the one hand, a new Palestinian government under the control of President Abbas, who always have pushed for diplomacy with Israel and not for violence, will definitely benefit Israel. But also, Kartikeya, we have to remember that it's always easier to fight against a divided enemy than to fight against a united enemy. A united Palestinian Authority under Mahmoud Abbas will definitely gain more legitimacy on the international scenario, and this will be a problem for Israel because obviously, ultimately, what the Palestinian wants is the birth of a Palestinian state not divided by Israeli borders and checkpoints and roadblocks.
Thank you, Daniele, for this update. So a significant development which has taken place in West Asia.